The iQOO 12 is here, and along with it, so is FunTouch OS 14 based on Android 14. Now, this is the first phone outside of Google's very own Pixel 8 and Pixel 8 Pro to come with Android 14 out of the box. Good job, iQOO. Moreover, iQOO has promised 3 years of software updates and 4 years of security updates on the iQOO 12. But most importantly, FunTouch OS 14 has been improved a lot. And iQOO has heard most of our feedback, if not all, and I'm going to be talking about all of that in this video. By the way, my full review of the iQOO 12 is coming really soon, but I had to say this is India's first phone with Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. That's not it, the BMW design actually looks legendary this time around. If you're here for the first time, I'm Arshad, you're watching Tracking Tech English, your destination for detailed, incisive gadget reviews. Now, if you want to know when your iQOO phone will get the beta for the FunTouch OS 14 based on Android 14, then there is a handy chart for you to see on your screen right now. For example, the iQOO 11 users can already try out the FunTouch OS 14 beta, so whatever I'm experiencing on the iQOO 12, you can also experience that on the iQOO 11, whereas on the iQOO Z7 Pro, you will have to wait until January. Similarly, the rest of the iQOO timeline has also been laid out. By the way, if you're a Vivo user, then the X90 and the X90 Pro have already received a beta update for FunTouch OS 14, and the other Vivo phones, their timelines, you can see on your screen right now. To start off with, I must mention one great thing that has happened with the FunTouch OS 14 update, and that is hot apps and hot games have vanished. Finally, that's awesome. But yes, VApp Store still sends you notifications, but unlike previously where it would send you 7 to 8 notifications a day, it only sends you 1 notification per day, which is again a good improvement for sure. And third-party apps can be uninstalled, that's not a problem either. On the iQOO 12, Facebook, PhonePe, Snapchat, Spotify, all these third-party apps can be uninstalled. I'm actually keeping most of them except for Snapchat because I don't have any use for it. The lock screen clock style has a lot more options now and it does look good. And apart from that, you also do have many new font styles for the lock screen as well. One of the things that I really liked about the FunTouch OS 14 update is that the quick settings toggle has a much cleaner look. In fact, the icons look really nice. The font also looks very cool as well. That apart, the animations have been tuned really well. So when you swipe down from the notification panel and when the swipe happens, the animation is very well tuned and it looks very smooth. Another thing that has been improved is the home screen organization. And I'm really glad about that, primarily because you couldn't delete folders earlier. Now you can do it. There's a slight bit of a workaround. Just delete all the apps inside the folder and the folder will get deleted. So that's good. There are new kinetic wallpapers that have been added. There's this flower bloom one, which I kind of like. You can actually try that on the iQOO 11 as well. Basically, it blooms, the flower on the screen blooms depending on the number of steps you've taken. It's a nice touch. There's also a similar one, which is basically the ascent wallpaper, which basically has this peak and then the amount of steps that you walk and the route that you take, all of that is showcased on that, and that looks cool too. Multitasking has been improved a lot as well. So split screen of course existed, but apart from that, you also now have the mini window or the small window option. You can invoke the multi window in many ways, but the best way that I like is by going into the multitasking carousel. That's the easiest one. And you can also open as many as 12 mini windows at the same time, which is actually very useful. Now, app hiding was a feature that was possible before as well, but with the new update to app hiding, the improvements that has happened on FunTouch OS 14, you can also hide Google apps now. And that apart, you can also set, a fingerprint scanner for, the privacy protection for these hidden apps as well. In fact, if you have hidden apps and if you want to sort of see those apps, you just have to swipe up with your 2 fingers from the home screen and you can see it directly from there. I thought that was a really nice implementation. Now, the underlying code base has also been worked around and the performance has been improved as well. There's this new RAM saver feature, which basically allocates 600 MB of RAM whenever the system needs it for faster animations and speeding them up. So essentially closing and opening apps and general animations just feel much faster and smoother now compared to previous FunTouch versions. We tried it out on the iQOO 12 and it is definitely faster. There's also this new app retainer feature that also improves the background RAM management on iQOO phones, which actually does work very well. There are some whitelisted apps that keep running in the background for as long as 24 hours apparently. I tried it with Chrome and 12 hours later, the webpage that I had opened was there running in the background. In fact, I was trying this game called Thimbleweed Park. I was playing it in the night, I went out to sleep, woke up in the morning, and the very next day, the game started off from where I left off. It didn't restart. So RAM management has definitely improved by leaps and bounds on FunTouch OS 14, that's for sure, at least on the iQOO 12. And finally, there are a few improvements to the album app as well, especially with respect to video watching features. For example, you can play a video in full screen now from the album itself, and you can also repeat the video playback, but more importantly, you can also change the playback speed as well. So you can play it at 1.25x, 1.5x. I know that a lot of you guys watch my video at 0.75x. I know that, I read the comments. Another thing that I found actually very useful is that if you're editing a video using the album app, you can actually export export the video at original resolution. So let's say, for example, if you've shot it at 4K 60 FPS, you can export it at 4K 60 FPS, but you can also change the resolution and you can also change the frame rates, which is actually very useful. You can do this similarly for images as well, where you can scale down the resolution too. So overall, this is the best version of FunTouchOS we've used till now. For sure, FunTouchOS 14 is definitely a huge upgrade over previous versions of FunTouch. It's come close to what we actually wanted from it. So that's why I said that, they've listened to feedback and implemented what we expected from FunTouchOS. For example, there are smoother animations, there is better RAM management, of course, useful multitasking features, and a whole host of other features that we were asking for. All of that have been added. But yeah, like I said, App Store still sends you notifications, so you get one notification per day. And for when you swipe down on the home screen, I would say that switch it from global search to notification panel, primarily because global search still throws up some app recommendations which you might not have use for. Alright, so FunTouchOS 14, are you excited for it? Are there any Vivo and iQOO users who are excited for the FunTouchOS 14 update? Let me know in the comments below. I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, keep tracking and stay safe.